Communication is fundamental to behaviour in and of itself. If you look at one of the behavioural theories around that behaviour is a form of communication for people, then being able to be heard, be listened to in itself helps to reduce those behaviours of concern.
We know that people are using their behaviour as the best possible way at that particular point in time to get their message across.
Effective communication and engagement is important, and that's how information is relayed. But it's not only that, that's how relationships are developed.
If you're not being communicated to, or you're not communicating effectively, then you won't have a understanding of what's going on.
Effective communication tools and strategies helps you know who the person is. It helps the participant feel heard and have a voice.
There's always challenges when it comes to communication, and people have their own preferred way of communicating.
People with a disability do not want to upset the person. So for argument's sake, if Jen said to me, the sky is purple, I'll go, yeah, that's right, Jen, because I want to please Jen. A person with a disability always wants to please you because they don't want to get you offside. They want to keep you as a friend.
Figuring out what it is that people are trying to say sometimes goes beyond a face-to-face conversation. You know, you might need to use pictures, non-verbal cues. You might need to literally go out and explore and try things.
We can use devices to help us communicate, or low-tech visual symbol-based communication as well. I am quite a fan of a talking mat, which is a symbol-based communication, and it's got simple thumbs up, thumbs down, and a bit so-so in the middle. We can use that topic as our front runner to explore so many different interests, goals, challenges with our clients.
Oftentimes I've found that sitting down and doing an activity, maybe doing some drawing and the like, is the best means of supporting communication.
Hayden is a son, a brother, an uncle, a friend. He's an artist, he's incredibly artistic. He clinically would be described as somebody with complex communication support needs. But I think he's an amazing communicator. I think the onus is on the circle around him to pick up on when he is communicating and what he's communicating. And sometimes that can even be a facial expression or a noise.
When Hayden's relaxed and feels safe, he can talk like this. The staff would leave the house and it would just be me and Hayden in there listening to the radio, making mess painting, drawing, showing each other drawings. And then naturally what would happen is Hayden would start to tell me about the drawings. The drawings opened up conversations that were meaningful to Hayden, that he'd never had an opportunity to talk to other people about. I guess over time I learned to crack the code on what Hayden was drawing and what he needed. He never wore shoes. People would be like, oh my God, this guy's walking around, he's got no shoes on. But that was because when you walk, you get feedback on your feet. And that feedback's really important for his body. I did a painting of Hayden's boots that we bought, and I just left the painting up next to his computer. Anyway, he saw the painting of the boots with his laces in them, and the next day he put the boots on.
He just really needs people to interact in a way with him so that he can build trust and rapport, because, you know, his journey has included trauma.
So it's reflecting on, well, what might make me feel safe when I'm talking with a complete stranger about things that are important to my life? For some people, it is being close and that holding the hand, or for some people, it might be we've got to do some fun stuff to build rapport before we can have those in-depth conversations.
Professionals, they have to sit down and have a one-on-one with the person, even over a cuppa, and get to know the person before they do any of the research.
I'm not someone that goes up to a stranger and will tell them my life story straight away. So we give the same benefit to our clients. We build up a relationship first before we're delving into any sort of assessments or tricky questions.
This idea of being with people, and being, it may be sitting quietly with someone, enjoying the sunset, going out fishing with the fellows that I do, just being with them and enjoying that activity, you engage through that. And you just get a connection, this idea of humans connecting.
It's not about sitting down and let's go through this assessment now and I need you to tick these boxes and answer these questions. It's about getting out there and, going for a walk or playing basketball or doing whatever it is that they enjoy doing and gathering the information at the same time, because that's both relationship building and information gathering, which is so important because then the participant doesn't actually feel like they're being interviewed.
In the end of the day, they're going to have to ask questions. That's their job. So it's about using the questions, but it's also about wording them in a way that it doesn't necessarily feel like an interview.
Positive behaviour support isn't just about the behaviours that happen, it's around maximising quality of life. And if you don't know what a person's life is like and what's important to them, how can you maximise their quality of life?